And the last one we do is one improvement. So April, what is that about? And what do you like most about that?
Yeah, I think, throughout the week, I might be either telling or texting Jeremy this list of things that are driving me nuts. A lot of times it's centered around the kitchen, like the kid, we can't seem to keep the kitchen clean during the day. I'm always the one tidying up after everybody, or the kids are leaving their stuff all over the house, or uh, like, um, like some kind of system failure that's resulting in a certain amount of chaos in the house. And so, sometimes it's a behavioral thing, but sometimes it's just like a sloppy way of living. And we just haven't either come up with a system for it, or we have and they're not adhering to it, or we did and it was so long ago that we've gotten really lazy about it. So, that this is a time of the meeting where Jeremy will look at me and say, what's one thing, just one thing that if we fix this, it would make your life, mom, way better. What would it be? It's like, wow, if you really think about it, that's a pretty epic question to be asked by your spouse in front of your kids. And what a gift. And so instead of feeling like, oh, well, there's 10 things I could list right now, we just decide to focus on one
Right.
and that allows us to really focus on it instead of saying there's these 10 new things we're gonna try this week, and everyone gets overwhelmed, none of it's done well. So we focus on one thing, and in that meeting, right then and there, we, with the kids, would come up with a system to combat the problem that I bring up. So, for example, the, kids leaving their stuff everywhere, or kinda like the tragedy of the commons where the kitchen, the living room, the dining room are just always kind of messy. So, we came up with this idea of, because we talked about how that's chaos and we wanna beat back the chaos, we wanna have peace and order, and so we talked
Beauty.
about this idea of what's that?
And beauty.
In beauty. So we talked about this idea of, like, putting on your chaos detector. So let's everyone pretend that you have these glasses and they're called chaos detectors, and we're gonna go around with our chaos. We're gonna look for chaos and see if we can detect any. So you have to use language your kids will get into, and, for the older kids, they might kinda be rolling their eyes a little bit, but the little kids are all excited, and that's okay. Sometimes it's a noise level, like, when our kids started going to bed after us, I remember this. Like, I'm going to bed at 10, guys, and our teenagers would stay up till, like, 10:30 or something like that, and the way they would be so loud after I went to bed, so Jeremy trained them on, like, how to walk up the stairs quietly. We called it elfish stair walking. So there are all these things where, it made it feel overwhelming to me, or, like, just a continued annoyance to me, and then if it actually bothered me that much, I would remember at the meeting, and then we would address it and come up with some system, and the system would last for, like, a week or 2, and then we would consider them trained. Like, we would revisit it the next week and say, "Do we still need another week on this topic, or can we introduce a new improvement?"